Alrighty then, it is Sunday, May 1st, comrades. Match day 34 away to West Ham.
It's gonna be May.
Yeah, there it was. It had to happen. We are live at Gus's Bar and Grill as always. I am Ryan here with Will.
Yeah.
And with Joey.
Can you take me higher?
And for the first time with Mateo.
Hello, my people. What's up? Thank you for having me.
Making his debut. Anything less than a 7 out of 10, you're never fucking coming back.
Well,
don't fuck it up.
I'll try my hardest.
So, it was a big day. It was a big day in the Premier League all around. We're sitting fifth at the start of the game because Tottenham gave it to Leicester this morning. We were only 1 point back rather, but the goal differential was looking large at 8.
Leicester ruined my multi-game parlay, so thanks a lot,
well,
you dick bags.
Way to be a degenerate gambler. But yeah, we're looking at the game and saying, a
it
win.
was a free bet.
All right, fair. Well, it's not free. You get credit if you lose.
It's free real estate.
Yeah, well, there you go. But, my take this morning was a win basically makes us a lock for Europa or better.
Mm-hmm.
And anything less, and it's still a wide open 4th through 7th.
Do we want Europa, though?
No, but...
A lock-in for Europe at the worst.
Right. It's the first step in some baby steps we got to take. So
Consolation FC.
Well, no,
I mean,
Conference League is Consolation FC now.
Yeah, 2 years of no European football.
Yeah.
I mean...
So, obviously that's not the goal, but it is the first stepping stone in what we're trying to achieve. So, you look at the lineup, Tomiyasu being back was a big boost, I think.
That was a
to
boost.
see that. Then you see Ben
Although
White
he did get hurt he came out, and maybe preventative, but he did come out at the end of the game, and we were all like, we all made that emoji face.
The old pucker butthole.
Big up to Tommy, my guy. I'm going to do a little clap to myself because I'm glad he's back. He's one of my favorite players. He actually is my favorite player. He's a new signing. Big up.
I think a worthy person to have as your favorite player.
Yeah,
when he's healthy, he really doesn't put a foot wrong.
No,
he's not. He doesn't make mistakes. Really, you know.
He's solid, and he's he's more of an aerial presence in the box on set pieces than you think he would be.
He's actually, and he's 2-footed. Has anybody realized how 2-footed this dude is?
I know.
Now, granted, I watched him in Italy at Bologna, and when you watch him there, you're like. Because that's a defensive league.
Yeah.
When you watch it there, you're like, this guy is up there as far as defenders in the league.
Yeah. I've got to say, for a topic for another conversation, for another day, the Japanese league is producing some players.
They are.
Every now and then, but it's coming with more frequency. And no one expected this dog to come out first from the Japanese league to Bologna and then to come out. And the thing is, if you talk to people who are big on Italian league, they'll say we know about this guy.
He was one of the best defenders in that league.
But nobody in the Premier League.
Well,
we got him for cheap.
We didn't know about it. No one knew about it.
Well, the point that I wanted to make, too, about having Tommy back, and Cedric actually did play well for us, when Tommy was out.
Except for set pieces.
Yeah, except for set pieces. Absolutely terrible.
Get away from the ball.
But even though Cedric played well, there was at least 2 or 3 moments every game where he let people go by him, right? And then it was a lot of catch-up. And today, Tommy shut down West Ham's left side.
Shut it down.
Nothing came through there. And that's what I've been missing. And I was so happy to see that yet again, that he's been out for a month and a half, and he came back in as if he was playing.
I don't know what match week it was, but it was definitely in the first half of the Premier League this year, this season, where he was top ranked in the stats of no one dribbled by him, no one could go past him. He was locked down in at least for consecutive weeks on hand, and it wasn't. No, there was a break.
Totally believe that.
There was a break in between. It might have been maybe from minimum 3 to maximum 8 weeks in a row where no one could dribble by him. There was a stat. They were tracking that, and then he lost the form and everything else. But that should be the Arsenal defender. We should be rock solid at the back. So.
He fits the mold. He's the right age as well.
Great signing. Yeah.
Can I also say that Kaveh Solikol from Sky Sports can kiss my whole asshole because he was on TV laughing, saying nobody wanted this guy, and then Emerson Royal went to Spurs, and what the fuck has he done?
It's just
absolutely fuck all.
That guy's a clown.
He's trash.
Yep. But also on Sky Sports, they're all the British. You got to remember.
Yeah, true.
They're British.
Fair.
So.
I just couldn't believe I'd say he was on TV laughing at this man, and it's like
just because you don't know about a guy does not mean he's not good.
Probably lives in a nice flat west side of London. Good, got some kids, good family. He doesn't care what he says. He gets paid. So
outside of let's say Reece James, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and maybe Joao Cancelo, name me a better right back in the league than Tomiyasu.
No, that's fair. But, the thing is, leg injuries giveth and leg injuries taketh away, and Ben White is now out with a tight hamstring, which that puckers your butthole because God knows how long that's going to go.
It was confirmed before the game, but is it a continuation or is it continued to next week's? Do we know about that?
I mean, they haven't said how long they expect him to be out, but, muscle injuries, man,
And Arteta's been tight-lipped on it.
Yeah. Now, my thinking is maybe it was just
Usually that's a bad
precautionary
thing.
because they know how thin we are in
Yeah.
the back, and you're just not going to risk him on this, and you want him ready for the derby. Maybe.
Let me tell you who played his ass off today, though. It was Rob fucking Holding.
Oh yeah,
he did.
and we'll get
He
to
really
that.
did.
Holding you.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
no, him and his recovered hairline have been.
Yeah.
But the thing for me is that like, it's just we can't catch a break, man. Like we're just
With the injuries, you mean?
Yeah, like when are we gonna have? I mean, obviously like Tierney being out for the years after the
Yeah.
year, but like our preferred back four is just it's
Tierney,
just,
Gabriel, White,
But,
Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
but the thing is, we have ourselves to blame. We gave people off on
Yeah.
the free.
Yeah.
We didn't bring in the proper positions because we weren't looking at European prospects at all in the last how many fuck all years.
Yeah.
So our depth is built only for one competition, and that's the league, and that's hopefully in the past few years to get top 6, and that's not acceptable.
Yeah. Well, and the thing too is that like that was like I feel like defense was not even our like we were looking at midfielders and strikers, which we admittedly needed in the window, but like I mean we've talked about this on the pod a few times, but like you look at the guys that are dudes that are on loan like
Bellerin, Saliba, Guendouzi.
Did we loan Chambers? Or did we sell? I think we sold.
I
Chambers.
think we sold Chambers outright.
So
We
sold
he's
him.
out of the picture.
Konstantinos
Mavropanos,
Mavropanos
yeah.
is still out there, so like we've got a lot of dudes on the books, but like they're not at the club right now, and so we're in a precarious position.
I think I saw something on the internet today or the other day where West Ham is looking to get Mavropanos in their squad. Was it West Ham or there was a Premier League looking for Mavropanos, I think.
I mean, he's not a bad player. I like him.
But it's crazy that like we're just giving talent away for no cost. It's wild that Arsenal. I don't know what Arsenal's business tactics are. And I know Stan Kroenke's got billions of dollars. He spent half of his fortune building the LA Rams stadium. But that's it. So like, where's that money? Why can't it go
I don't
to
know if he
Arsenal?
spent a penny of his own money.
It was self.
Well,
The taxpayers didn't front that, but
Yeah,
I think
fair
what
enough.
it is, and
But like loans and stuff.
Yeah, well, sure,
Yeah.
but no, I think the idea is, and like we were talking about Pepe during the game. Where the hell is he? Like, I think the idea really is like, this is the project. They want guys who have been brought in, knowing that. I don't necessarily agree with it. Like, I think Pepe can still contribute to this team.
Absolutely.
But I feel like that is the vibe. It's like, look, we want guys that we've brought in who have come to Arsenal as it stands now, and that's what they're focusing
It's a shame.
What talent being given away? Like, give me some names that you're thinking of.
I mean, Mateo Guendouzi, he went to France and he blew up. Saliba, he went to France, he blew up.
Well, his Saliba's not gone, though. Saliba's still...
Konstantinos Mavropanos. So I'll go all the way down my list and be like, hey, like, we should have kept players like so. Mo Elneny is one of those players. I'm getting to the
That
player.
man played himself into an extension today.
I'm getting to the
Yeah.
player I'm about to talk to, but I just want to mention Mo Elneny in the segue. He's a player that he loves Arsenal. He loves to be here. He wants to be here.
Yeah.
He's happy being a squad player and coming in and doing a job when he needs to.
Which you need.
I understand if Sead Kolasinac. I think he had one more year at Arsenal. I think he could have deputized for like when we had a shaky Tavares over a few games.
I'd rather have Tavares.
Yeah.
I understand it, but in the games that we need to be defensive. Like, I'm not saying we need to start Kolasinac, but like in the last like 15 minutes, like if depending on how poor Arsenal have been playing, why not bring in some veteran stability? That's what I like about El Neni. That's what I like about Holding. You started off this podcast. We need some veteran players around this youth just to have some structure and stability. And I think we've given away players. They might have been young, but we just haven't redeemed on our return. We haven't gotten no rebate.
Guendouzi's also a head case
So-
and very immature, and that hasn't improved in France. Like, yes, he's still he's a good player in France, but his immaturity is still a thing.
I fully support.
Also, France is an easier league to play in.
Correct.
In my opinion, too. Now, here's the thing, though. There's two parts of the puzzle to what you're talking about.
Disclaimer:
So
I
we
fully
could
support
think-
the Kalaka clear out. I fully support it. I fully support it.
And with Kolasinac, it's even if we want to keep him, and we say you're going to play, 15 minutes here, 10 minutes there, he would also have to agree to that.
Yep.
as well.
But he was already on low.
There's two pieces of the puzzle.
He was high wages, I think. He was
very high wages.
He was top five
because
wages,
we signed him for free after he was the left back of the year. He was in the team of the year at Schalke that previous season in Germany.
Yep.
And he ran down his contract. He was signed for free, so he was on sky high wages, and just it was a better financial decision for the club, in my opinion, to pay him to go away than to keep him on and keep him on those sky high wages.
Yeah, I mean,
and with Guendouzi, Will took the words right out of my mouth. So I'm just kind of going down the list of the players you mentioned. It's not a talent thing with Guendouzi. It's his fit within the system. Or not within the system, within the culture of the club.
Because he's a me guy.
I'll concede.
And he always will be.
Because he's been being a dickbag. And here's the thing. Listen, Arteta's stance has pretty much always been, you're going to do what I say. We're going to create a culture around here, and if you don't like it, I don't care if you're messy. You're getting the fuck out of here.
I agree. I agree.
Saliba is on loan because Arteta wanted to see him play a full top flight season uninjured on loan, and that's what we've gotten this year.
It's good
he will be back at Arsenal next year.
Kroenke's back him because
he'll be back at Arsenal next year.
They do
if he's willing.
They do.
And if he's willing. I mean, he's still under contract, so it's more than 2 years from finishing.
Yep.
But he is one where we mentioned Holding earlier, right? So we talk about this all the time, but in my opinion, if you look at a team like City, in order to challenge for things, you need 4 center backs that are of really pretty good quality. So City have Stones, Laporte, Diaz, and Ake. Any one of those 4 would probably start.
I'm a big John Stones fan. Like,
yeah.
I really rate him.
He was in oblivion, and he's played himself back into being integral to City and England.
He's a player. At this point. He's a player.
Look at those 4 guys. Any one of those guys would probably start from any other team in the league.
Joey, I think I'm more upset. Like I agree with you, and I will concede that like our offloading, I agree with. We need to get that culture out of the locker room.
Right.
We need to get rid of all that, and
all the dead weight money wise too.
Exactly. But where I think my frustrations are is that we just didn't bring anyone in.
Okay.
We brought in. We had 6 signings.
I'm with you there.
We had 6 signings, okay, but we needed 12 signings.
Yeah.
Well,
my thing was January.
But like
because
nothing. We signed future.
The 3 games
players.
we lost. If we'd won at least one of those, we'd be tied on points with Chelsea right now.
Yeah. Future player.
Yeah.
Like if we brought in somebody in January because we sold we sold him. We let him go.
Had we won the Man City game New Year's Day, I think we would have been already the top 3 position right now.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a tall order no matter what. But you're not wrong.
We should have won that game. The refs took that away from us.
Well, but the youth, the amount of youth is encouraging for the future, but also is possibly mortgaging the present for it, and
it's Arsenal Football Club. It's not Youth FC,
right? And like we were talking about Tavares at halftime outside, and that was my note when I saw the lineup. It's like, which Tavares are we going to see today? So you and I were talking during the game. It's okay, well, he hasn't done anything horribly wrong, and then he did. But
what did he do horribly wrong?
On the goal, he was well out of position, which is okay because the ball was on the left side there. So he did shift over in. But the issue that happened was he just lackadaisically ran over to try to challenge the guy that received the cross, and then just didn't really put any good effort into stopping that play from happening.
Is it possible? Is it within the realm of possibility that we are just a little bit biased? Are we falling into Arsenal fan syndrome where we just need a guy to point a finger at and scapegoat?
Is
it possible?
Well, it is possible.
As the featured guest here, I just want to weigh in on that. As the featured guest here, talking about bias. Talking about biased. First time, remember that, folks. I agree with everything you're saying. I believe it goes back to the prior conversation about depth. We're stuck with Nuno Tavares when KT gets injured. We don't have a sufficient swing. We can't swing one of our other defensive lines because we don't have a backup for them.
Right.
We're still bare bone. So we have to play Nuno. But like I've talked to some of you, I like Nuno.
I do too.
I think he will be a player.
Absolutely.
Maybe just like Sambi, but maybe before he's going to be a better player before Sambi is a better player.
That's a good comparison, actually. Yeah. No, I'm with you.
So it's just unfortunate, and it tells you the position of Arsenal Football Club where we are at, that we have to resort to these options, either Cedric or Tavares, where none of them are completely reliable. They're good players. They have some skill, but they're not worthy of a first team start at such a high club.
I don't think it's
and it's depth.
I don't
It's
think
the
it
problem.
speaks to like our lack of quality or our lack of ambition as a club that we can't spend freely willy-nilly like Man City.
It's a different ambition nowadays.
Yeah, but Man City can have Kyle Walker and Joao Cancelo because they can spend money. They can basically spend money in an unlimited fashion. And while we have money, we're a profitable club. We can't do that. So our backups have to be backup quality.
Well, but like at the same time, you know, it's like we talked about in the last pod, which, you know, other than spending 45 minutes of it crapping on Eddie and Kedia, was that, you know, you look at we were so focused on the future that we might have ignored the present.
Yeah,
in
that's
January especially.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just like, look, you know,
I think only in January. I think
mean,
we've made the right
No,
moves.
in the summer we
but-
made great moves
yeah.
for the future.
But y'all both know, you two for sure know my stance. I was fine with us not signing anyone in January.
Do you know how many
and
people were available for loan who
I'm-
wanted just to be
I
on a
was
1-year loan
fine.
that we could have had at midfield?
I was fine.
Why didn't we fight for
with
Gourmet on a
us
year loan?
not signing anyone in January? Because Arteta, like Joey has already said in this episode, is trying to build a culture. And the ones that we wanted
I hear it. I hear that.
didn't want to come here. So we weren't going to go and buy someone that didn't fit the
But
culture.
we're not buying.
Yeah,
we're
I
not
was
buying.
loaning.
I was asking
It's a
for
loan, though.
loanies.
I mean, I get that.
That doesn't
So
really
I get
matter for the
that.
That's
culture.
why-
Wijnaldum for 6 months.
Thank you.
Bring it.
Thank
I
you,
would
Wijnaldum.
love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
So
what
that's
I
the
want to
thing.
wind
Premier
up.
League winner,
You know.
Champions League winner, proven quality for 6
Thank you,
months.
Joey. That was
when
great.
when we're light in his position. He wanted to come by all reports.
Gourmet and Kulusevski, I don't care about them because they want to be like fully signed.
Yeah, they can fuck
Yeah,
off.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
they-
That's
they-
fine.
They can fuck off.
Well, and they've been
but
great
that was,
signings
that was
for the
actually
teams that
that was
got
actually probably the most realistic
Yep.
signing that we
I
could have
agree.
loaned. Wijnaldum would have helped us in those games that
I
we
agree.
just where Sambi didn't have enough. Wijnaldum, just rock
Think
steady.
about where we would be if so the 3 games we lost in a row. We were really light those games. Just
Yeah.
we had got
We
the
were.
that first line on the bench was all 12-year-olds
Yeah,
whose
dudes
names
with
I-
numbers
you
in
know
the
what I mean?
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, and this is what. And if we lost all 3 of those games, and they were realistically 3 games that we really should have won, or that we should have taken maybe at least like 7 points out of those 3 games. I think that would, in a normal Arsenal season with a normal Arsenal team, those 3 games we take at least 7 points off of those.
Just want to budge in
those
1
teams.
second based off what you said. Phone's going crazy for some reason. So there's a lot of talk of like, okay, what if we won those 3 easy games?
Just one of them.
Instead of winning the Chelsea-Manchester United game.
Yeah.
That's not an either-or situation.
Make
You
it
can win
make
them both.
sense.
Well, yes, we should.
Couldn't score past
we should-
Southampton,
but-
but we
but-
combined
okay, but
7
here's-
passes.
we should win them both. But, however, look at the squads at those games. Look at the changes that Arteta did. Although the points are more important, I like that we beat Chelsea and Manchester United because we went to a sensible squad, not a okay, like these are the future. Let's test them. We tried testing our luck, our future players by playing them against squads that we thought we could easily beat, but no. We're not good enough for that. We can't start Sambi against the lower size of the team.
Yeah.
Injuries play a part. Yes, I understand.
But
like,
no, it's just growing pains. I mean, that's the thing. When you do have a youth team in any sport, it doesn't matter. When you have a youth team in any sport, I mean, there's going to be growing pains, right? Like Arsenal, if we finish top 4, and you know, someone can fact check me on this, but I can say pretty confidently that we would be the first ever team in Premier League history. I'm not going to say all of top flight.
Go from 20th to 4th.
Well, no, to have 2 3-game losing streaks in the same season and finish top 4th.
Sure.
So I know that stat you're talking about. We haven't had that since like the 80s or something about that.
Yeah, we haven't had it in the Premier League era.
Correct. Right. So
Until
yeah.
this
So
season.
then we would be the first team.
I don't know if
Premier
any
League.
other team has done that
To
Probably
finish
not.
in the UCL spots.
to be top 4. Is that your the final
Yeah.
Right.
projection?
Yeah.
To be top 4 having 2
but-
73 inch
I feel like that must have been achieved by some.
But
clubs,
again,
I
it's
don't think it has
that's
been.
but
I
again
doubt
that's
it.
the growing pains,
Yeah.
right? Like when you're playing your youth.
Yeah, I'm much more happy
And the
beating
youth
the-
is our
winning the
team.
2 games.
Right, and the youth is our team. Again, I agree with you. I just wanted to make the point that like like we as a fan base need to understand that we are going to have those stretches for this year and honestly probably for the next year or two as well, where there's just going to be times where mistakes happen, right? Like losing streaks happen because that's just what's going to happen.
But I don't think the fans don't realize
mistakes after mistakes.
I think if we have another good window in the summer, I think next season is. I mean, we're obviously City and Liverpool are on another fucking plane right now. Like, there's no breaking into that.
Well, and
if Liverpool win the league this season, City's getting Erling Haaland in the summer, and then
it's over for Haaland in the summer, no matter goddamn what.
I hate to say it, but I think Arsenal fans are too cocky about where we should be. Like, I think we expected to dominate Southampton and all those other games that we lost. I didn't expect all. They were tough games because like you go.
We're on the road.
You go on the road to those classic stadiums. It's tough. It's loud and it's all full of like,
field conditions is shit.
The fraction of away fans you have there is so much smaller. So it's crazy. I understand that, but it's like I think we need to realize like our club is still in dire straits.
Are you saying we're a mid-table club?
No.
I'm saying we're it
feels like a fancy way of saying that.
No, I'm saying we're a top club, but we've been managed like a mid-tier club. We're a top club, but we always have potential.
Okay, I think that's well said.
We always have players. We always have the ability, but we just don't know how to use them. Yeah. And we use like antagonizing and like differentiating like schemes, and it's like I feel like we've been kind of shifting back and forth. Like no, when we won the FA Cup, we had 3 in the bag. Like we had David Luiz. No, we had some veteran players. We didn't have a full team of like, if you want to go FIFA ratings, like 5-star players,
right?
But like it's we just been going back and forth and changing our culture. But I like this Mikel Arteta. 2 years in, he's finally like found a voice. He's found a culture, and
it's been a whole paradigm shift at the club.
It has.
Well, and I think that like because we did nothing in January, and we said, look, we're not.
It was always going to be, you know,
we're not going to be held hostage by this January window. Like next season is the make or break season for him. I think.
I was upset about the January window.
We all were, and the fact that we're here now talking about top 4. Speaks to the resilience of the guys who are here.
And Arteta's success, I think.
Right.
Blessing.
But if you go into this, if you said, "Hey, we're not gonna do anything in January because we don't want to be held over a barrel," like I respect that and I get it, and like if we manage to get Champions League out of it, holy shit, right?
Yeah.
But if we go through this next summer window, and we had a great window last summer. I mean, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu. I mean, you're not going to do much better.
For the cheap, Ben
Tavares, Sambi.
Yeah. I mean, we did great. Like we need another like if we don't have another window like that,
we need another.
It's going to. I feel like that's the Arteta. Like,
I feel
I'm
like
not going to sit here and say Arteta.
We might agree with you. We might make money off these guys if we sell them. Like they might not be Arsenal players, but like they can help us. We might make.
Well, no, but like if you say like we have this plan and we are going to get these kind of guys, we're going to get the guys who want or nobody, then you better get those damn guys and you better get 3rd place or an easy 4th out of it, or else
Brian,
what are we doing?
As you're saying, okay, so we have the guys now. These are the guys we want.
We have some of the guys now, but it's a great start, I think.
This is the mold. No, I'm not saying these guys are the guys, but we have the guys who like we want to mold. For people who are interested in maybe joining Arsenal, if they're good enough, they have to be in these certain archetypes. We have those, and I don't know if Sambi or Tavares is going to stay with Arsenal for his career. They're probably going to be transferred. I hope we get some value from them. I hope we get some money back into the club for these guys.
Oh yeah, we definitely will.
We train them. Yeah. We get them onto a world class level,
leave,
and then we just help their career. I don't think all the people we signed this last summer are going to be lasting Arsenal players.
No, I don't think that either.
But we have the build type now.
I think Ben White will finish his career at Arsenal.
He might.
I
Maybe.
agree.
I agree.
But
I think Ramsdale will finish his career at Arsenal.
I hear what you're saying.
We need to advertise what we want.
Yeah.
And now we can with the players.
I do hear what you're saying. I think it's a good point. I want to be careful not to try to be. I don't want our ethos to be like a selling club. Not the low-level selling club, but the mid-level selling club, where we're used as a stepping stone to Real Madrid or Bayern or PSG.
Because that's what we ran into the 2000s.
I would say 1/3 of the club should be that buy-sell type mentality. The rest of the 2/3 should be homegrown, England stars. You either you bring them up through the academy or you've been scouting them for years and you bring them in. Other than that, I think 1/3 of the club should be just like superstars you splurge your money on. Because look at the signings. We were very economic with our signings last year, and they're good to go for the next couple of years.
We went with youth, high potential.
But now we need some money signings.
Right. Because I want us to be. I want our ethos to be Bayern, Real Madrid. I want us to be a destination spot rather than a place you go to get to the last place you stop.
I don't think anybody thinks that.
We have to be a buy and sell club if we do that. Then just
every club to a degree is a buy. Real Madrid still sell players, but
to catalyze ourselves back to where we need to be.
Sure.
I guess.
In 2004, that was us. We were a destination spot. You know what I mean? People came and spent their best years with us.
Yep.
That is what I would like to see happen again. Quality players.
Are we
come
living in the past?
And
We have to modernize.
But then it changed in the 2010s.
I don't think we're living in the past.
No,
I know I can't get a Vieira again. There will never be another Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
No.
There will never be another
GOAT.
Tony Adams.
But
There will
no,
never be another
Dennis
Dennis
Bergkamp.
Bergkamp.
If you're a club who's consistently in the top 4, then you're going in the English Premier League, which is by all accounts the best league in Europe. People are going to want to come.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like it's the reason that we haven't been a destination is because we're fucking hovering around 7th. But if we can get a couple years in a row where we keep it together, finish Champions League, no, we're not. Are we going to win the Champions League next year if we make it?
No.
Are we going to win a fucking knockout game? Probably not.
We might not even make it out of the group stage, but we might make so.
I think we will. If we win that round of 16 game.
Not if we see Olympiacos and fucking Bayern like we always
no
do.
kidding.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
hey, the thing is, we're gonna get there, but we might not succeed anywhere in Europe. We might not succeed. Hopefully, we succeed a little bit in the FA Cup next year. But the fact is, everyone can agree on, no matter what your opinion is, that we have an identity now.
Yeah.
We know what we want to do. And
True.
As long as
I definitely agree.
you're still backing Arteta, that means you have to back the Kroenke because they back him. So I wish they put more money.
We've invested a lot of money. You can last 5-6 years.
He owns the Colorado Avalanche. He owns the
Rams.
He owns the Rams and the
Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
Those
Look,
are,
we can't. No one can sit here and say the Kroenkes failed us last summer.
No.
They didn't. They came through. They spent.
We spent a
money.
lot of money.
But he's failed us overall.
He's failed us over the long haul,
Yes.
but I think they might have seen,
But
some sort of.
Since Mesut Ozil, when did Mesut Ozil come to Arsenal? 2014?
I believe so, yeah.
So since 2014, we've broken our transfer record like 5 times.
Oh, I understand.
So it's not like
I guess they are
haven't
feeding
been spending any money.
in.
We brought Ozil, we bought Lacazette,
Sanchez
we
in
bought
there.
Sanchez, we bought
Alexis, my guy.
Aubameyang,
Oh, shut up.
and we bought Pepe. So like all those were like club record.
Yeah.
You're
signings.
right. But those were also basically
Before
the
that,
only
Mustafi
signings we
was
had.
like our biggest.
This past summer was a lot of signings, which
Yes.
is the point that you were making. Like
Yeah.
this summer, legitimately,
Mustafi.
they gave us a blank checkbook basically, and that was like the first time that I've seen that. Because
Well, we didn't bring
there
any-
was a
And
limit in years
spent,
past.
We spent and we looked as if instead of just buying one marquee player, we're going to buy like 5 really good,
Correct.
high potential,
Yeah.
Fit
like
what we
perhaps
want.
medium to low cost, high potential
So
players.
I'm not
and then
naive.
Ben White, who was
Yep.
essentially the finished product.
Yep.
So I tend to be naive as much as I think I know everything, but I tend to be naive in certain things. So I think it might be a generational thing where Stan is getting old. He's not able to be taking care of all these clubs. I think there is a generational passing down
yeah.
of
To Josh.
the responsibilities.
You wouldn't take care of Arsenal in the first place.
And,
Like,
and I think if we stay with the Kroenkes, that actually might be a good thing. Let's hold out for another. I hate to say it, but let's hold out for another 2-3 years, because if the actual power kind of shifts a little bit more,
It already has, though.
more to the daughter and the son. Then we can. I think we can only expect better things. We're doing a refurb this summer of the stadium.
yes, yeah.
Wait, I didn't see this. What's going on? So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
I
know
saw
you don't
something
know
in the
this.
news, but-
Stadium architecture is like a random hobby of mine.
You should see his
shit.
Minecraft
Yeah,
stadium.
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
must have fucking been masturbating for days in 2008 at the fucking Olympics when they made that fucking bird's nest
No,
stadium.
I
That
you know,
Bird's Nest Stadium is dope, by the
yeah,
way.
anytime.
And where's that? Korea? Is that where it is?
China.
China,
China,
yeah. Anytime
thing is
in
cool.
America, any new arenas are getting built, stadiums, that's kind of ballparks.
Are you
I'm
a civil
all-
engineer?
No, I just have always loved
It's
stadiums.
just- it's a hobby.
So,
Yeah.
so what are we doing?
Yeah. So what's the changes coming up?
I don't know. I mean, I think they're just. I mean, I don't know the details. Joey's on the laptop. Maybe he can look
Yeah,
up real
I'm
quick.
gonna-
If I had to guess, it's like hospitality suites and shit
I just
like
know
that.
that they're
Also,
prob-
but also, I
they're
think
probably gonna do some-
Spurs made their stadium like 5 seats bigger than ours or something?
They,
trying
yeah,
to, like, add
okay,
a-
I think it's more than 5. It is more than 5.
Wait, Spurs is bigger.
Here we
Yes,
go.
yes.
Well, the
Yeah,
Spurs
yes,
are trying to
yeah,
host the NFL,
yeah.
so they got
There's an
more.
article
No,
from
there
March.
is. So Spurs, when they built
Yeah, because
theirs,
it came out a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Or a month ago.
It's more than 5, but it's not that. It's not like 5,000.
Oh,
more,
wait, no, I saw
But
a
they
meme.
intentionally.
Yeah, it's like a 100 maybe.
Yeah,
I saw,
100 or 200.
I saw the meme about that. Someone said like Tottenham Spurs make their stadium bigger, but still sell less average tickets.
Yes. Yeah.
Arsenal confirmed plans to renovate Emirates Stadium with a major refurbishment of the venue's roof to be central to the project. This is an article from March 1st of this year.
Oh, that's cool. That roof.
Renovation will also include new big screens, turnstile readers to speed up entry, and new wraps outside the venue.
Good. That's good. The new screens in there is going to be good because the two that we
Yeah.
have in the corners are pretty
Dude,
small.
I just want to go to London so bad, and like one
Tickets going to be increasing by 4%, which kind of sucks, but
I mean, 4% is
It
not
makes
that bad
sense.
though.
if you think about that, but
It's like
people,
the A's doubling their season ticket prices after they sold all their players.
I mean, yeah, but we're
they still suck.
all kind of clowns though, because like we're all the poor people still going to the games. Like
Well-
4%, we can bitch about, but it all
Yeah.
means something. We're still going to go to the games.
Right.
We're
that's-
still going.
So that's the point, and that's what I was going
but
to
we
say.
already
with
have
the
the
A's.
highest ticket cost in the league.
So
Do
with
we?
the A's, like the
What am I
A's
to
doubled
say?
their ticket price, and yet, like, you know, there's nothing there. No one's going to the game, so there's no justification to increase the ticket prices. Arsenal sells out, so a 4% increase when you're already selling out.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's
fine.
fine.
So
Yeah.
I mean, look at the
cost of
Baltimore
business.
Orioles. They're back to it's quote unquote 1992 prices.
Yeah.
You're that bad.
Please
You
come.
can't sell them.
Right,
you
exactly.
have to,
Well,
you
the
have
thing
to
with
market it.
not to turn this into a baseball podcast, the A's
Yes.
owner is like pulling a fucking major league where he's trying to stop people from coming so he can justify moving to
Yeah.
Vegas. So
Yeah,
that's what's
he
going
is.
on there.
He is.
Everyone wants to go to Vegas or LA because everything is about money now. It sucks.
It's about money and never raining. But
Although
Did-
when I was in Vegas in August, I saw the Raiders Stadium.
It's beautiful.
well, sure it is.
It's beautiful.
Sure it is.
Holy
Yo,
shit,
Jinx,
is
you
it
owe me a
nice.
shot.
yeah, but can Marshawn Lynch light his joint off of the Al Davis flame anymore?
Yo,
Probably not.
when I was in
No, because he's
in
now
Vegas,
minority owner of the Seattle Kraken.
Yes, he
Oh,
is.
that's right.
So when I was in Vegas,
He's
I
gonna
was
spend
staying
some
at
time
New York, and like right behind New York, you can see the Vegas Stadium.
Yeah.
pretty
Oh,
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And it's fucking beautiful. I swear, like in that western desert sun, that like there's nothing around it, nothing like no trees or whatever bouncing light off
Yeah,
of
just
it.
flat land.
It's
Yeah.
flat
Yeah.
land.
Yeah.
They have a black as
Yeah.
as this table.
Blackety black.
Yeah.
As this
Black,
table.
black.
black glass on their stadium, but they have these beautiful white trim lines as,
Yeah.
as you would see on a BMW
Yeah.
or a Mercedes.
The color scheme is like
It's-
it's so
it's-
great.
It's called the spaceship.
phenomenal.
Man.
Yeah, it's
just
phenomenal.
looks like an alien
It's
spaceship
great.
just
But
landing
anyway,
on the desert.
back to soccer, football, whatever you want to call it.
So yeah, let's.
Can we do?
Rob Holding man of the match, right?
Oh, I was actually
that's-
just about to ask. Do we do?
Mo El Neni
What do you
for
guys
me.
do? Do we do man
I'm
of the
gonna say
match?
it.
Do we do play ratings? What do you guys always
I
like
mean,
to do?
I don't want to run the whole damn squad down. We did that once. And it
Yeah,
was a disaster.
we don't really do that
but,
anymore.
But
Yeah.
no, I think Holding
Top
for
three
me-
players.
Okay, Holding for sure. El Neni's right up there too.
For me, it's Mo El Neni.
How about-
he was so
how
solid.
about top three and then
is
worst
number
player?
one. Rob is number one for me.
yeah.
El Neni is very close second though.
I mean, who's our, I mean, Ramsdale. He had a couple good saves.
I'd say
He
El
wasn't-
Neni, Holding, and honestly, he didn't score, but I thought Eddie Nketiah was excellent.
Yeah,
he
I
led
would
the
say-
line
yeah,
excellently.
yeah, I'd say that.
There was
Saka
time-
was
there-
good,
there was-
but not quite his like normal.
Yeah. He
What
was
we
hesi-
expect from him is such a high level.
He was
8 or 9 out of 10.
He was
Is
hesitant.
Is
on
it
some of
sad
his
that we
plays.
have to give Rob Holding man of the match because everyone else was so poor?
No, I wouldn't say
No?
that's the case.
No one else was
No,
poor?
I wouldn't
No.
say that.
I don't. I
I don't know
honestly,
if anyone
honestly,
gave
I
less
don't.
than like
I
a
don't.
6 out of 10. To
Yeah.
Me personally, based on how I've seen them play and how I know they can play, I am so upset, and I feel like I was robbed of my time because I did not see Odegaard play. There was a few chances, but where is Odegaard? Why is Xhaka not playing in that forward 8 role? Why are we not pivoting? Okay, I know West Ham was like clamping down on us.
Well, the moment
first half.
Partey got hurt, the forward 8 role for Xhaka had to change.
Yeah.
Just because we needed Xhaka to come back
Yeah.
inside. And Xhaka's been fine. I mean,
I know,
Xhaka literally won April Player of the Month.
He laid a dude to waste
we,
with a dribble.
we've been doing the 4-2-3-1. I understand. I feel it, but I just there to me there was no standout player, and I hate to say that. Rob Holding, I'm going to give my nod to him without giving a verification of my man of the
But
match.
see, that goal that he saved.
Yeah.
I mean, he admittedly he might have gotten away with a handball about 5 minutes before, but But I mean, he was positioned right. He got down, and he took the lane away, and then on the header,
scored
on the
a goal.
Yeah.
And that was not a fluke header either.
It was just so mixed up though, because where I thought Mo and Nenny or Xhaka would be controlling the ball, I see Nketiah back there. Like he's like, well, because you didn't do your job up there, it doesn't mean you need to like come back here and do the job.
That's Nketiah's game, though.
Yeah, like Eddie.
That is his game.
Eddie and Maka are to do that. That's the game plan.
No, but he was farther back than I expected.
But that's what they do.
If you want to be box to box, bro, be midfield.
Well, but like we don't. But
but when he defends, he comes back farther than Odegaard.
Right.
Odegaard is at the top of our shape when the other team has the ball.
So the point is, if Eddie comes back right that far, all that's going to do is just draw at least one up, allows our wingers, either Saka or Martinelli, to then run back. If Odegaard stays up too, he's our best ball distributor. So if Eddie is able to distribute to Odegaard
and then run past him,
but we could barely get past out Nenny and Xhaka.
No, I get that, but regardless, that's the game plan, right? Where
there were several times in the game where that happens.
I see. If one goes back, you go forward a little bit, and get right. Try to pass the ball up the lines. You know,
Eddie does his defensive responsibility, and he's behind Odegaard. He might get the ball, give it to Odegaard, and then run past him.
I just think he was fulfilling his defensive responsibilities just a little bit, meaning a tad too late, a lot too late.
I don't know. I mean, considering how much we ragged on him 2 weeks ago, like he's played pretty damn well in the games in the interim.
I like it. You're always going to get a pressing game from him. Always. Yeah. Even when he's trash finishing, you're always going to get a pressing game.
That interview that Nketiah did, that made me open to like be more open to Nketiah, the interview. I like him more now. I don't think he's necessarily a starter quality at Arsenal.
No.
But now I'm not mad anymore that he's starting because we're kind of in dire straits. FC
Laka is bombed out and depleted as
our captain in the most important part of the season is sitting on the bench because we don't trust him enough, or he's not fit enough, or he's not capable enough. And I hate to say,
I think it's almost that Nketiah is just in better form right now.
He is in better form.
And Arteta's one thing is I'm playing the people in form.
Facts.
But did you
captain or no captain? I'm playing in form.
I haven't actually mentioned this to anyone. I was just thinking it to myself throughout this whole game. Did you see how large the gap was from our holding midfielders to our front line, even when they were dropping back? There was a massive negative space of green. That I was
gracefully on that pass.
But
I was waiting for.
I thought we were in two solid banks on defense, and then
horseshoe play at the back possession style.
I thought we were in two solid banks, and then most of the time on defense, Odegaard was the top man up, and then we get him the ball, and then everybody pushes
past
up,
him,
and then he can scan the field and go.
I might have to rewatch the game or do like a little fast forward.
I always watch the highlights anyway, so I'll
because
look again,
I just thought our forward midfield positions they were lacking.
Well, I mean that's what happens when Thomas Partey is not in this team. Like,
he's always
so critical to what we want to do.
But he plays out the back though. He's the one who pushes the ball forwards on the lines to the attacking midfielders. It's rare unless we're like all doing a high press that he's actually
right. But then when
near
he's
the box,
everybody else drops back
near the opponent's box.
More.
Yeah, that's true. And I would say that
only on set pieces, really.
But I would say that I think it's unfair to say that Partey is the only guy that does that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of us hate Granit Xhaka, but he's one of the best progressive passers on our entire team.
And going back to what you said, without Partey, Xhaka can't do that forward eight role.
Right. It's more difficult for him to do his thing.
The two of them in tandem are right now our best midfielders.
But if Odegaard is going to be if Odegaard is going to be that free 8, 10, whatever,
10,
then he needs to. Just for me, I'm most upset, and maybe I'm just projecting on all the other players. I'm just most upset about Martin Odegaard because I really rate him. I think he's actually someone else was saying that they think, oh, it's Solo, my guy Solo. Shout out to Eritrea. He was telling me today, I remember last time you were telling me like Pepe and Tomiyasu and Pepe are your favorite players. I rate Pepe, but no, Tomiyasu and Martin Odegaard are my top 2 favorite players in Arsenal right now.
Do you think Odegaard's been bad? Because in my opinion, he's the first name on the team sheet these days.
First name on the team sheet, but
in the
today,
best form of maybe anybody on our team.
Today he was lacking. in my opinion.
Oh, I didn't think so.
I don't think so either.
I mean, just because he wasn't a standout and he didn't like do a worldie like he did with
he's
that
still-
goal.
It's still 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
for him today.
Yeah.
He still had a solid
I'd give it
performance.
7, but
And
I mean,
here's the thing.
it's
Seven's
still-
the max, maybe.
7's a good score. I mean,
One of Tom's favorite phrases is "I don't do windows," right? And like we don't have anybody left on the squad, right? Or no one who started today doesn't do windows. Like yes, Odegaard is not as like free flowing and forward and progressive as we might like ideally want him to be, but that's because he's handling shit in the defensive.
I
third.
thought he was magnificent in his defensive responsibilities.
Right.
Yes,
right.
yes.
And that's
Pressed
the thing is
well.
like that's
Okay.
going to like hold you back from
Yeah.
going
But-
forward sometimes. But
So
like we
all-
need
he was
to
so
be
high-
solid.
he was-
Yeah,
he was-
all those people that bitched about Mesut Ozil, Odegaard
Right.
does those
He
things.
was so
Yes.
high. He was so high up and on the right side of the pitch most of the game. But what I was seeing that like our defensive midfielders couldn't get to his forward high midfield position. There was a disconnect, and that's why you saw plenty of times where we try to cross the line, we try to pass it, and it was like, oh, it was just short, or the attacker was going forward when it was a direct pass, and we saw that. How many times did we lose possession? Someone should go back and check that, or we should look that up later because.
But we completed some amazing passes.
We-
That pass from El Neni to Nketiah that broke the line.
that's
but even Odegaard had one a few minutes later to Eddie as well.
Yeah, that's consolation. I know West Ham is a fighting team. They're a good team, but like
They're a good defensive team.
I think that we should have. It was going to be neck and neck, but I think we needed to have better formation, better solidarity, more structure, and just intention of what we were doing. It just seemed like we were losing the ball and then trying to figure out something from there. The next 7 moves, the
I
next
mean,
10
our
moves.
form was definitely a mess the first like.
It was
25,
disgusting.
30
It
minutes.
was disgusting.
But I mean, we once after that first goal, I feel like not even that. So like, you know, conceding the goal right coming up to halftime was deflating, admittedly. But like, we came out of halftime looking better than we have.
Yep.
Like usually, if we're not winning or running away with it, we come out of the half. We're lethargic. We're not ready to go. Like this second half start was. Lisa, I just muted the mic while I belched, just so you know. Like we were ready to go in the second half, and like I think, that form or
mics
not,
pick it up.
and shape or not, like that to me is more important than like just how well we held our lines, because like we're moving in the right direction.
There may
Yeah,
have
at
been
this
20.
part of the
There may have
season
been
with 4
25
games
minutes of
left.
intensity. There may have been 25 minutes intensity of the whole 90
That's
minutes.
more than we showed against Brighton and
so one of
Southampton.
the points that I made after the game when
We
we were outside.
won the game. I can go and
Yeah.
complain so much.
Right.
With 4 games left, I don't give a shit how we get it done as long as we get 3 points
Yep.
when we go
Yep.
out there.
So 2
I don't
points.
give 2 shits how what we look like.
Goals.
Just listen. As long,
go.
we're
Now,
gonna,
at the
we're
beginning
gonna-
of next season,
Jesus.
I'll bitch
Sure.
about a win
No.
if we don't look how we're supposed to look. But
So
Go,
we were
go,
talking
go, go,
outside. We were talking outside, and the point that I made, because I heard you discussing about, similar what you were just saying now, how you felt a little worried. You talked about your butthole being puckered, all that kind of stuff. I literally, even when it was 1-1, I actually wasn't ever worried in this game.
Well, because I mean, we all knew there were more goals in the game.
yep,
Right, but
except for this guy.
yeah. But I sat there and I wasn't worried.
Squeaky bum time. Squeaky
and
bum
even
time.
later in
Old
the game,
Arsenal bench.
I mean, West Ham, did they have a little bit more pressure in the end of the game? Yes,
They weren't really
but
threatening.
but
I
nothing
felt we
came
would
out.
win the game, but I
Right.
was still anxious about it.
Look, just
because of our
stats.
past.
We
because
were
the past 10 years for us.
We
Yeah.
were the better team, but it didn't look like we were the better team.
All right.
Well,
so
here's the thing.
simple
In
stats
past years,
will
we
prove
would have
you
lost.
wrong.
We would have lost today or drawn.
Stats are one thing, but I'm looking at chemistry. I'm looking at chemistry a lot when I look. at
Will's got numbers. Give us numbers, Will.
Yeah, 7 shots on goal, 13 total for us, to their 8 total and 3 on goal. Like we outshot them.
So what's the percentage of those?
What do you mean?
Well, see, our XG, if
what-
we're looking at next gen
what-
stats, our XG would have been higher than theirs.
Correct.
We
But
were expected to win this game.
yes.
So what's the
basically.
probability?
Yes.
3 divided whatever 8 divided by 3, then like 8.
Oh, you
13
want the
divided by
stats
8.
of on target?
No,
That's
I'm-
the percentage on
I
target?
want the percentage of on target.
You should have
Well, but I
have
mean,
that.
percentage on target versus
Quan-
raw.
quan-
I mean, like
quan-
in
quantity-
a total
quantity.
game, if they've only got 3 goals,
I'm not saying-
on target,
They were
yeah.
less than 50% on target. We were more than 50% on
Okay,
target.
that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
Well,
Also,
and,
I feel that we had the clearer chances and the
Facts.
more
What
big,
about
quote-unquote
passes?
big
We
What
had
about
chances.
seven-
passes
we had-
completed?
We were higher.
See, I don't want to. The thing about passes completed, like how many Wenger ball teams?
Correct, yeah.
Had like 70%.
We're a possession-based team, so.
Right. But
No, we're
I mean,
not.
like, but
No, we're not.
We're not anymore necessarily.
No, we're not.
125 more passes than them.
This game, look, we were centered in our own third most of the game. We were defensive.
And so what's wrong with that?
But they never had.
I'm not saying we're defensive, but we're a possession-based team with like
we had less passes.
long ball counter attack.
We had less passes.
We had less passes.
Yeah,
I'm
West Ham had 56% possession.
Wow. And that so.
But again, for a team that's losing,
to what I think, that just shows how much they played. It just shows much. Based on my opinion,
when a team is losing and they need to win, because West Ham knew that if they lost this game, their chance, their slim chance of top 4 is gone. So once they conceded that second goal,
they came out to kill.
Came the last 30 minutes, they were like, we had to hold on to this ball because that's the only way. But what happened in those 30 minutes? Nothing.
Yeah, they never really. I mean, honestly, in that time,
a lot of meaningless possession.
No, and like we had a couple of
not a whole lot of clear.
You have to remember. Although we had like maybe striking, glancing, attacking like routes, like our 2 goals were off of set pieces.
But our attacking created those set pieces.
Yeah, and like that's the other thing is like
we
a
had
lot
7
of those
corners in this game to their 3.
Or was it our lack of attacking that we were given a consolation corner kick?
No, I don't think so at all. Because so many of our
that we are very good at executing.
Yeah,
out of our 7 shots on goal.
But where is that?
I respect your opinion.
I didn't see enough Arsenal.
We had
free play. I didn't see the 1-2s between Odegaard and Saka. There was no give and go between Odegaard and Saka today.
Sometimes you got to win a game.
But the point that you even made, you literally even made this point during the game live, was that West Ham was doing a really good job of locking up both of those players.
Yeah, they were.
So then why are you now shitting on them when West Ham did their job?
Because they got to be better. We're a better team.
That's not.
Sorry.
Because what happened? Eddie Nketiah got wide open and had 3 shots on goal.
Right. And we noticed that, and we started to get him the ball.
Right.
Okay, if that's going to happen, then change the formation. Bring on Pepe. Maybe move like.
But Eddie was doing a good job.
We won the game.
Right.
So how can we argue that anything that we did was wrong?
Joey, I understand we won the game, and I'm happy for that. I'm just not confident. I'm just not
by your
confident.
account, we looked like shit.
No,
that's not the case for me.
After Chelsea, after Manchester United, I gained a lot of confidence.
Sure.
Some of that was taken back after this game, even though we won.
And those teams are different than this team.
Ride the momentum.
We have to play this team.
That's what we did. We rode the momentum wave.
That's a difference from the Arsene Wenger years. Arsene Wenger played his way no matter what.
Yeah.
Arteta played the way we should have played against Chelsea. He switched up a little bit and played the way we should have played against Man United.
I think we're going to win every game.
We should have played against West Ham.
We're going to win all the games.
We adjust our tactics based on. I agree. I think we will also.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool will too. Which
it's just like
keep your eye on.
I'm expecting us to be 4th. I'm expecting us to win all the games.
I think we will.
We might be fucking 3rd.
I'm still sad about this
Chelsea's
performance
right there.
because this performance, for me, I'm thinking about next year when we have
you can't
three trophies.
Think now.
And
There's going to be so much change.
Well, we started off the podcast talking about we're destined to be Europa League or Champions League, so we're obviously going to be playing more games.
But here's the thing:
we'll have new players, and we'll be able to cater.
That's not a guarantee.
We'll be able to cater.
That's not a guarantee.
If we finish 4th, I'll bet you $500 we have new players
because we want to bring people who want to be at Arsenal. Like you guys said.
They wouldn't have done nothing in January if they didn't already have dudes who they thought we were bringing.
What was the point you were going to make about corners?
The point is that when we get new players,
quality effort.
So Arteta caters the tactics to the players that we have. Hey, listen, man. You want to take that bet?
So here's the thing.
He caters it to the players that we have.
We're going to get new players.
If we have new players, then we will cater our tactics to those players being a part of the team.
Right,
now,
and that's the thing that was lacking.
And we will need more depth for Europe. Obviously, we're not deep enough right now.
But you look at what's going on right now. We need to get 4th.
Yeah,
my main concern is depth.
Right, and all those things can be addressed in the summer. But right now, we did today. We needed what we needed to do to win.
We did the job
against a team that could break it up. It was not going to press us hard.
Yeah.
And you talk about all the corners and the set pieces. Well, we earned them, motherfuckers, because we had Eddie. Some of those shots that Eddie took from distance.
Corners are earned. I get. I support that.
That's the thing. It's it's one thing it's one thing to earn a corner if you're Nicolas Pepe and you dribble yourself into the fucking corner and you bounce it off a dude's shin and it goes out.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But a couple of those were Eddie with a screamer that just
Fabianski saved.
Right, it curled 6 inches wide because he got his he had to reach for it and put it 6 inches wide.
We're close, but no cigar FC.
I mean, maybe, but that's the thing is Also, like, how long have we been ragging on Arsenal for being shitty on set pieces? And now we convert on 2 today.
Yeah, our best signing of the season was our new set piece coach.
We're also
I'm just being a negative Nancy. I'm
Did I say
happy with the
set
win. I'm
piece?
happy with the
Set
win.
piece.
We've
Set
also
pieces.
scored, I think, the 5th most goals in the Premier League this year. So like it's
No way.
Yeah,
We are-
it's either
we-
5th or
we-
6th.
we
It's
are-
either
it's
5th or
something like
6th.
that. Let me
It's
look
5th
it
or
up.
6th.
We're up there.
We're behind Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City, maybe West Ham. I know we were close to West Ham.
Okay. I get you. I understand that. But
So we've scored.
but the cliff
54.
drops off before us. We're probably like down here, like the top 5 are here. We're down here.
No,
and
no, 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 no.
The rest of the league is like here.
No, it's the top 2 are way up here, and then everyone else.
And then
is,
Chelsea, and then everyone else is kind of around each
correct,
other.
with goals scored. Yes,
So how many goals for?
I
Do we
will
have
say
like 30,
we have
54.
40?
54.
I was okay.
So City
I
have
don't know where my
84 and
mind
Liverpool
was.
have 86. Chelsea
Yeah.
have 68. The rest are like the next like 5 clubs are in the 50s.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Spurs-
we're
yeah, Tottenham's
so
got
we're with the next
59.
we're with the next 5 clubs.
Fifth highest.
But you said top 5 was up here, and then there was a cliff. I was telling you that there's top 2,
Top 2, and then a cliff, really.
and
Yeah,
then
and the
a
cliff is like-
slight.
Chelsea are kind of by themselves.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess.
I thought you said there are more than 2 than the next 5.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
top 2 are
The top-
30,
so
we're in
20
top
above
7.
everybody else.
Yeah,
We're
they're
in top-
literally
we're
20 above
fifth.
everybody.
We're- yeah,
I
we're
get you. I get you.
And what I'll say is, I said this earlier, but I don't think you heard me. If at the beginning of next season, or maybe not the beginning, because the beginning of seasons are always funny, but in the first month or 2 of next season,
That's funny. Yeah.
if we have,
Brentford.
if I talked about tactics and stuff like that, if we win a game and I don't see what I want to see, I'll be way more critical then than I am now.
Right, now
Right.
it's just win
Now
the damn
it's just
game.
about getting 3 points, in
Correct.
my opinion.
No,
At the
I-
beginning of next season, I
And-
might shit on
No.
him after a win if we didn't look good
And-
during that.
well, yes, and yes,
so
we
it's
need depth.
just to clarify, you're saying like you are less critical at the end of the season
Yes.
when we're trying.
No,
Yes.
no. I'm less
Than you
critical
are in the
at-
first few
No,
games
no,
because
no.
like look where we were.
No.
Losing 3 and like where we're.
Listen, there's more nuance than that. I'm less critical in the specific situation that Arsenal are in right now, where we just need to win games to finish in the UCL.
We don't
spots.
just need to win.
It's so imperative.
Yeah, we lock up the UCL, but like, if we're a fucking shit team going to the fucking Champions League,
We have a whole
you've got
summer. We have a
Listen,
whole
you're
summer.
thinking too small. You're thinking too small, man.
like I said,
a whole
we need-
summer.
we need
this to get-
guarantee we
we
get
need it-
players though.
We
But
need
no,
it,
but-
but it's guaranteed that we
We'll-
don't get players
we'll
if we
get
don't
3.
get there. That's a
We'll-
guarantee.
Yeah.
We have to do it
I
to,
get you, I get
to
you.
start the process of getting back to where we want to be.
Yeah.
It's so imperative.
We'll sign 4.
I'm thinking way into the future, not just next season.
Yeah.
We'll sign 3 big, semi-big names, medium names. We already have fucking whatever his name is, Turner coming in. We have Brooklyn Norton Cuffy.
Matt Turner, the
Matt Turner.
goalkeeper.
Oh,
Yeah,
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 And then we
yeah,
got
sure,
we got
yeah.
like Brooklyn Norton Cuffy who's laying it
Matt
up,
Turner.
but he's not strong enough.
So
We
my
got that center back from the MLS. I don't even know if he'll play.
So my point,
trustee or whatever
my
it's called.
point about the summer. I wasn't talking about transfers. My point about the summer is like, so the point of what Joey was saying is right now we just need to win games, right? Doesn't matter if
I
they're
don't care.
ugly. It
I don't
doesn't
care
Yeah,
how we do
doesn't
it.
matter
How
if
bad it looks.
Listen.
I know. Don't give a shit.
It doesn't matter.
You figured it out in the summer.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's ugly because here's the thing: we know we have injuries right now. Yes,
I'm not against
Partey's
winning.
out for the season. Tierney's out for the season,
Yeah.
right?
Tomiyasu, we don't know what's happening.
Tomiyasu,
Ben White, we don't know what's happening.
I'm not against
So here's the
winning.
thing. So I'm not talking about transfers. What I'm talking about is you use that summer window to get everyone healthy because we don't have to worry about a World Cup because that's not till the winter. So everyone
Yeah.
gets healthy.
That's still wild
I
to
don't
me.
even want
Yeah.
to think about that.
That's
right now.
wild. That's still wild.
So
to me,
everyone
man.
everyone gets healthy.
We have-
Everyone gets healthy.
We, have
We
Thanksgiving,
train.
World Cup, Christmas.
Yeah.
We train.
That'll
We
be
get
fun.
strong
That'll be
again.
fun.
We get our energy
Good year.
back, and then we start back with the new season. So
yeah,
so regardless of how poorly
was
we
talking
play
about
to
transfers.
end
This
this
better be
season,
the last year of building the squad. Like we better be.
Well, that's not. I mean,
mean,
we're not going to win the league.
so-
next
so-
year.
so-
Look,
You have to build every year.
what
a
I'm-
team
what
should
I'm
always
saying-
build.
what I'm
A
saying
team
this-
should always build,
what I'm
even when
saying
they
this
win.
summer- yeah.
Even when they win the
I
league,
can't.
a team should then
I-
still
City's going to
build.
go out and get Erling Haaland.
Correct.
But what I'm saying, based on this next summer signings, that should be the last developmental year in the process. We should be okay. We've identified.
Is our goal still the academy though? Is our goal still to try to get academy players up?
Well, I think I hear what he's saying.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying too.
I think it'll be the last summer that we sign maybe like 4 or 5 players.
Yeah.
And then every other summer will be
Or
like
young
spot
player-
that-
or
That's
young
when you get the
players.
Marcus
2 here,
Young.
yeah.
Plug and play.
One here,
Plug and
two
play.
there,
I
yeah.
got you.
But because I think this summer is going to be like last summer, we're going to sign like 4 or 5 guys that will play a lot.
Arteta doesn't have 2 summers left of just
No, this is make or break summer.
Well, I
This is
mean,
make or break.
he's going to be
make or break.
signing a 3-year contract. So.
And so that means this is the make or break season for
okay
us
with that.
I am
because
too.
we need to finish in the UCL spots in order to attract the type of talent we want.
Right.
Because the type of talent that we want to attract is the type of talent that has the desire
They
to
want to play in
play
the UCL.
within the UCL.
Because if we don't capitalize
Yeah.
on anything, everyone's gonna laugh at us because like, oh, you chose to stick with Make Arteta and you're fucking back in 8th now.
Right.
So this is
not
the
necessarily
last.
eighth, but you're in Europa.
This is the last. Well, I'm saying maybe.
But I think after
possible.
today we are guaranteed not to finish in 8th. So he's already done
Correct.
better.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about
No,
this year. I'm not talking about this year.
Yeah.
I'm talking about future years.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
We're
we're
guaranteed to
Like
right now
after-
finish worst 6th.
Yeah. 6th.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's 6th.
I think with
Yeah.
that win over West
Yeah,
Ham, because they're
I
in
think it
seventh
is
now,
sixth,
we're
yep.
solid at
So
sixth.
we are literally guaranteed
Some sort of European football.
some sort of European football.
How does 6 go in?
Europa Championship.
Europa.
The consolate.
The qualification for Europa, seventh now.
Seventh
gonna
is
be
conference,
League.
yeah.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh, that's the
No, they changed it.
No,
They
no, no.
changed it.
5th is automatic entry into the group stage of Europa.
Correct.
6th is play into
Wait,
Europa.
wait, is it? I didn't know about that shit. When did
And
that
then
happen?
7th
When
is
did-
conference
When
league.
did this happen? Because like,
When they created the conference league.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
so
Wait,
when
last
was the
year.
conference?
Last year.
Last year.
Last
Okay,
year.
because like this is like.
Yeah.
So this year is the first
I
year
keep
of
hearing
conference.
conference. leagues, like, what the fuck is this
yeah,
conference?
so
Yeah,
we,
it's bullshit.
so,
I didn't
so
want
we
no
have,
part of it.
Nobody wants to play
Yeah.
Scrabble FC in the conference league.
Yeah.
Here we
So
are.
we have guaranteed Europa League
Yeah.
Yeah.
football.
Even if it's just a play-in.
Yeah.
Which,
Great. We're in Europe,
no.
but we're not going to
And
get
that's-
any
look,
signings.
That's not what you want.
That's not what we're.
that
But
is
we're
the
not
low-
celebrating
that.
that.
is
We're
the
just
basement.
saying
the
that
basement.
we have.
That was supposed to be a
Yeah.
sarcastic tone.
Yeah.
It was just a little loud.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, we're
Yeah,
we're,
the worst we can finish is 7th.
Yeah, we are right now.
Or 6th, rather.
Sixth.
Yeah,
It's
because
sixth.
West Ham cannot catch us.
Joey,
now.
Joey, can you
correct.
pull up the remaining in 2 tabs, the remaining schedules for Arsenal and Tottenham, please?
And Tottenham? Sure.
Well, I mean, it doesn't
'Cause-
matter what's after the North London derby. All that matters is right before, and they play Liverpool and we play
So
Leeds.
we have Leeds coming up, and then Tottenham, and then Newcastle,
And they've got
Everton.
Liverpool
I'm
and
sorry,
us.
it's Leeds, Newcastle, Tottenham, Everton, right? No, it's the other way.
No,
around.
it's the
No,
other
it's
way around.
Leeds,
Yeah.
Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
So here's who
Newcastle,
Tottenham
Everton.
has next: Liverpool.
They
So
will
that's-
absolutely
so-
lose that game.
so
They have
I-
Liverpool, us, Burnley, Norwich.
So I do
And
want
that's
to
it.
I do want to
And Burnley is
brush
going
on
to be
that.
fighting. Burnley is going to be fighting.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to brush on this Liverpool Spuds derby. I think that like I'm gonna be watching that because that's very important for us.
Yeah.
You never know.
I think Liverpool is going to win out.
They're going to curb stomp them.
Yeah.
They're going to put as much pressure on City as possible.
2 to 3-0.
Who is the only one? There might be only one team that's beating Manchester City twice this year, and who was that?
I mean,
Spuds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Spurs.
so?
but
I'm just saying they
Liverpool right now.
They
could,
might. I'm
they're
worried.
in-
I'm worried.
They are in good shape to win the quad.
I want to say Liverpool kicked the shit out of them earlier. I can't.
They might have. They might have.
Let me double check that.
But I'm just.
So 2 wins against City, and look where they're at, 5th place. So what, like cool. Yeah, I mean, you beat City. You beat City twice. I mean, that's awesome. But like, they clearly can't perform the same way that they do against
they're
City against actually bad clubs.
They're not consistent. I'm just saying, like, there's that always there. It's weird at the end of the season.
also Man
There's
United beat
one-offs.
Tottenham 3-0
Yeah.
this year.
There's one. There's weird one-offs, man. Like I'm just.
Look, this
I
is
agree with you.
Like, especially in the second game.
You can't
especially
just,
in the second game.
They drew Liverpool.
The-
Tottenham drew 2-2.
Did
Yeah,
they
yeah.
really? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
So-
Did they
so-
play in a cup this year too, or no?
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, Tottenham in the game in the top 3 teams, they've been doing very well.
You're
Yeah,
right. Doing
Liverpool,
well,
no,
but-
Liverpool,
what about
beat them
Tottenham Chelsea?
3-1 on January 28th.
What about Tottenham Chelsea?
I was
They
gonna-
played
I was
in a
gonna
cup
say,
game.
but
That was
the
a cup game. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, no, I mean, but the thing is, like, all those things, yes, they happen. Liverpool right now,
It's not for sure.
They're on fire.
It's not for sure.
Like they are on fire.
and it's not for
They
sure
have-
that Tottenham's going to show up.
No, and they have the quad in their sights. They're going to
I
do
just wanted to
everything
bring
they
that
can
up.
do. No, I mean that's fair, and that's fair. Like it's not a guarantee. Is
We
everything but
we don't have guaranteed fourth. There's a lot of.
No.
We
no,
didn't
I mean,
say-
it's
we
gonna
didn't
cut-
say we did.
The derby's going to decide fourth.
Yeah, yeah.
The derby will 100% decide fourth. I think.
Me not trying to put words in people's mouths.
I'm just saying that
My mind's going.
this is what I'm saying is that in the next game we play Leeds, and yes, Leeds is fighting to make sure they don't get relegated.
Jesse
So it's
Marshman,
going to be
shout
tough.
out.
So we play Leeds. Okay, we're at home for that game, so we have that advantage. And Tottenham plays Liverpool. If Tottenham loses to Liverpool and we beat Leeds, we have a 5-point lead on Tottenham going into the North.
Yeah,
That means we
Yeah,
can
you-
afford to lose against them.
Yeah.
Literally.
We don't want to, of course.
I remember you saying that post match.
if we
immediately
draw,
post match.
if we draw against Tottenham, fourth
ideally,
is locked basically.
ideally, I want to go into the North London derby only needing a draw to still be fourth. Like,
Yeah.
I want to go into the North London Derby. If we lose, we're still fourth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
because
I mean,
they play
yeah,
Liverpool
I mean-
and we play Leeds, and there's a chance that we could go into that game up 5 points on
Yes.
us.
Okay. Real quick. Since we had some,
I'm not saying I think we'll lose,
We-
but I just want to go into that game
Right.
saying
Exactly. Because
we had some-
then we have no pressure.
no pressure.
We have
It's
no
all
pressure.
on them.
And then I think we'll beat them 5-2 again. You know what I mean?
Okay. So real quick, I just want to kind of maybe segue the conversation from predictions now. Since we've had some unexpected news from our back line.
Yeah.
Ben White, obviously not
I
playing
think
today.
I think he's fine.
Tommy
I think it was just some
Think he'll
tightness.
come back.
I think
For
he's,
Leeds?
man.
I think he's fine. I think he's
Yeah,
fine.
but it wasn't a strain or anything.
tight.
They literally just said tightness. So that just means
Yeah.
he probably slept wrong, didn't hydrate,
That's
and
what
then
that's what I'm thinking. But
I'd like to
do you
believe that.
think?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think we will have a full starting Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabrielle, and Tavares? I guess.
Tierney's gone for the year. So
Tierney's
Like-
done, yeah.
against Tottenham,
And
yes, I do.
And if we don't have everyone, if we don't have White or Tomiyasu, are we going to win the game?
We need at
Because
least
you
one
know
of
that attacking three.
them. We need at least one of them. We have to have at least one of them out.
Rob Holding, I don't know. I don't know if he's agile enough to go
I don't
against
think he's not.
Hungmin Son or Kane or Kulusevski. Like,
I don't think he's not, but I think just honestly, just for belief purposes, we have to have one of them. Like if you're rolling out there with,
I would
all-
almost say Tomiyasu for that game.
yo,
is more
it's the
important.
North
yeah.
London Derby. Belief is out the window. I need players. Like,
Yeah.
I need
That's fair.
players, but Holding is in his career generally
And the
played
12th
pretty
man
well
defense.
against Spurs.
he has
Yeah.
played very well against Spurs.
the game where he was it Dyer that he was like
Yeah.
standing over.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
your-
yeah.
what's your-
Holding typically plays fairly well against like
Does-
the
does
other
he?
top big six.
Yeah, he
Okay,
does.
okay.
He does.
Remember when he
does.
fucking had
Okay, he's
Diego
better
Costa
than-
in his
Hold-
fucking
hold- yeah.
pocket?
Yeah.
He's Premier League proven.
Holding shows up against the big clubs. He's
a
Okay,
big game
okay,
player.
okay.
Shit.
So
Same thing with Lacazette, if we're
What
being
if,
honest.
what if
Yeah.
both Tommy and White are out?
See, I don't know about that. We got to have. I think. we
Then
gotta
I'm a
have
little
one.
worried.
We gotta have one of them.
I'd be a
Yeah,
little worried.
and
I
I would
still
too.
think we're going to win because
And-
even so, again, as I was saying outside, that game happens no matter what form we're on, what form they're on. That game happens in a vacuum every year.
Inshallah,
it's just about the
inshallah that
intensity
doesn't
of the
happen,
day.
but we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
No, that's true. But
Inshallah, we have both of them, and then
Wallahi,
Yeah.
Aki.
indeed. But before that happens, we have to play Leeds, and as we talked about, there's a lot of swinging on that. based on
We
what
can't
Tottenham
look
does.
past them.
No, we can't.
No.
We got to play them strong.
Yep.
That's going to be next Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, 9 o'clock. 9
o'clock a.m. on
Yep.
Sunday. I will be in California, unfortunately, but if everyone else is here, come on out. And then after that's the derby that it'll probably decide Champions League. So a lot to play for on the way out, but it's going to be fun no matter what. So until next time, which will be the last week of the season for me, I am Ryan. This is Will.
Ya Gunners, ya.
And Joey.
See you later.
And Mateo.
Come on, you Gooners!
There we go. We'll catch you on the end of the season.